Alrighty guys, this is Snugs on Blitz, and I'm back with another video for you today. So yesterday I shared with you the top 5 worst tier 8 tanks. So today it's only fair that I go back and share with you the top 5 best tier 8 tanks. Does this tank, the Scepter, make the list? No, it does not. What about the T-49? A very fun tank with great damage potential and can cause all sorts of problems with its camo and its gun. Does it make my list? You'll have to wait and see. What about this, the Chrysler K, the side-scraping god, the maneuverable heavy tank with an iffy gun? Does it make my list? Possibly. How about this, the T-28 Defender, the 3-shot TD slash heavy tank? Could be. What about the Tiger II, the classic, the awesome Tiger II? Such a lovely, powerful, meaty, heavy tank. Does it make my list? Well, you're gonna have to wait to find out. What about this tank, the ISU, that gun, the sublime gun that can take on tier 10s? An awesome tank, but will it make the cut? There are so many good tanks in tier 8. It's hard to choose, to be honest with you. When I tried to put this list together, it was so hard because there are so many great tanks. The worst tanks, that was pretty easy. There were not many tanks to choose from. But when it came to the best tanks, I mean, this one, great one, the Cent 5-1. What about this one? You know, its brother, the Cent Defender with the 4-shot. Both very similar guns, very similar tanks. Both great. You know, I mean, it's hard to choose between the two. And then you've got its heavy brother, the Action X. A great tank as well. Will it make the cut? I don't know. I mean, you've got this tank, the Chisei. It's a strong, heavy tank. It can really do the business in the right position. Noobs will struggle to pen it. And this used to be the god of tier 8, the WZ-121 GFT. A lovely TD. And then you've got the Progetto. So many great tanks. It really depends on your playstyle. Anyway, I'm going to share with you my top 5, okay? But while I do so, let's watch a game in my friend's T-77, the Tier 8 American new addition to the game. And I'll try and explain my reasoning as we go. Okay, first of all, before I jump into number 5, I'd like to say that in a pro's hands, tanks take on different dimensions. You're amazed at how pros can play some relatively weak tanks and make them look almost godly sometimes. You're like, dang, what are they doing that I'm not doing? So I didn't choose these tanks in the sense of what a pro would choose. I went with, will all people be able to take advantage of this tank and be able to get a lot done? Because some tanks, you know, they're great hull down, but a lot of players don't really understand how to play hull down. So that nullifies that ability. I mean, the Cent 5-1, it's great hull down, but a lot of people play it like just a normal med, like running around the map and shooting. That's not really its best advantage. So unfortunately, I can't give it to the Cent. Although I could, you know, in a pro's hands, it might be. No. Coming in at number 5, I'm giving it to the Action X because of its armor profile. You can bully meds. They will struggle to pen you. You can go hull down and you're almost impervious. You've got a great rate of fire. Yeah, it's a pew-pew gun, but it is really, really a strong tank. And I've seen new players do great in it. Not so much in the Cent 5/1. So yeah, I'm going with the Action X. Okay, number 4. Okay, one of the most important things in this game, I think, for a newer player especially, is a good gun. Pew-pew guns like the Cent 5 or even the Action X, they don't intimidate a lot of players, and so you can get rushed if you're in a bad position. Good players will know that you're out of position and your gun won't really be able to hurt them that much. So if they've got a lot of hit points, they'll push in and take you on. So I want a gun that intimidates. So coming in at number 4, giving it to the Chimera. Yeah, the Chimera. awesome British medium tank that is pretty much a TD gun on a medium, tank. It's a lovely tank. Doesn't look the best, but in the right position, that tank is going to do some serious damage and bouncing. And it's great when, it comes down to the wire because it's got good maneuverability. So that's my number 4 tank. Coming in at number 3, I'm giving it to the Shark. Such an awesome tank. It can do everything. It's an E5 in tier 8. Just better. It's just such an awesome tank. I've got to say that if you know how to play the Shark, it is a sublime tank, and you will get a lot of bounces, even if you're a new player, because it's just a hard tank to pen, especially if you're in tier 7 and you don't have your tank fully, leveled up yet. So yeah, the Shark, okay? And to be fair with you, all these tanks could be moved around in order, but I'm gonna go with number 2, this tank right here, the T-77. This 2-shot gun, it's fantastic, and it can unleash a heck of a lot of damage on tanks. It's got great armor, decent mobility, a very strong tank, and I don't know how my buddy lost this game, as you're about to see. He has some of the worst luck in this game. Sorry, spoiler, I guess. Yeah, surprisingly, I'm going to give my number 1 to the CC64. This may be a little sluggish. Too many people might try and play this as a TD sitting at the back. That's a mistake. You might also want to try special, what do you call it, gun, the three-shot thingamajiggy. No. Take the CC64 and use the top-tier gun and unleash your DPM. Go front line, go hull down, and just obliterate your opponents. It is such a strong tank. It was the easiest tank, to get 60-65%. No problem. It was crazy how good that tank is. So, those are my top 5. What do you guys think? As I said, different people have different opinions. These are just mine from what I had playing with these tanks and against these tanks. And in the end, you don't have to listen to what I have to say. It's really, what works for you. This is just what works for me and what my pro friends and I think, with a little of my opinion in there. So, that's all I got for you today. I'll see you next time. Snugs on Blitz, out.